Audio and sound effects in this video were created using audio.com. Use the link in the description to get 10% off.
Hello everybody, welcome to Filmmaking. Today, Bojan Tulovic here. So, are you looking for an awesome wide-angle vintage lens? Stay tuned.
This is the Canon FD 28mm f2.8 vintage lens. The lens was created in 1979 and is fully manual with 5 aperture blades. Let's take a look at the hardware. The minimum focusing distance is 0.3 meters and it goes up to infinity. The aperture goes from 2.8 all the way up to 22. To remove the lens cap, simply push the side button on the lens and unscrew the cap. If you are using an adapter like I am, I use the FD to micro 4/3 adapter. Just line up the red dots and twist it until it clicks. Make sure your adapter has a lock feature so that you can adjust the aperture, otherwise you won't be able to change it. And this is what the lens looks like with the adapter. Now let's take a look at the sharpness. Let's start with the center zoomed in by 400%. And even wide open, the lens is pretty sharp. Once you go down to f-stop 4, the lens is much sharper. And the sharpness stays the same until you get to f16. Then it becomes a bit blurry. Now let's take a look at the corner. At 2.8, it's definitely not as sharp. But once you go down to f4, it's much sharper. And at 5.6, it gets even sharper and it stays the same until, again, f16, when it becomes a bit blurry. Now let's take a look at the videos and photos taken with the lens.
So, as you can see, this is a pretty sweet lens. If you are looking for a wide-angle lens, vintage lens, the Canon FD 28mm is awesome. There's no doubt about that. You saw the sharpness. In the center, it's definitely sharp. Not the sharpest of the FD lenses for sure, but it's definitely up there, no doubt. And even in the corner, once you stop down to 4, you know, you're golden. You're good to go. And this is a great walk-around lens for street photography, especially if you are using a focal reducer. So in my case, as I mentioned, I'm on a micro four thirds system. So the 28 becomes a 56, right? So it's, you obviously lose a lot of the appeal of having a 28mm lens, but you get a focal reducer. it brings it down to lens math right there, and you know, you're good to go, right? So all of the shots you saw here were done without a focal reducer, but I do have one, and at some point I will do a video on that one as well, so because those two are a great combo. And yeah, but even without it, like I said, it's a great walk-around lens, which I guess could still be used for portrait photography, because it's, you know, it is more than 50 mil, so you could, right? But definitely, like I said, a great wide-angle lens, great solution if you just want to be able to capture, you know, whatever it is, a building, whatever it is. And 2.8, f-stop 2.8 is still fast enough if it's, you know, if the lighting condition isn't the greatest. So that's that, guys. Links to everything will be in the description as always. Check it out. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, tell your friends, and all that good stuff. Thanks.